Has a K-pop song ever made you howl? And I'm not talking about it in this way. I'm talking about it in this way.
I get so angry when things don't go my way. What should I do?
That anger can sometimes turn into anxiety, but there's no need to be afraid of it.
Because the anxiety is something we create ourselves.
Wolves, the sexy alphas of the furry community. The Animal Jam avatar I used so I could date both girls and guys as a child. A beloved cringe figure in meme culture. And in K-pop, a widespread iconography with differing levels of cringe and angst attached to its depiction, garnering polarizing opinions from the public. Despite all of this, wolf imagery in K-pop has never once slowed down. In fact, it's only gotten more prevalent. But where did the wolf motif come from? And how did it get so popularized? This is Weird Idol history.
I'm sorry, don't leave me. I need you here with me now.
If I went through every song I found that talked about wolves or had howling in it, we would be here for an eternity. So instead, I'll put them into two categories. Sigma Wolf, the not like other wolf songs with lyrics about overcoming hardship, coming together with your pack to devour things, and lots of howling. The second category is a critique of the wolf, lyrics about how wolves are evil and cunning. Think the big bad wolf from Riding Hood and the Three Little Pigs. For example, Howling by XG would be in the first category. As for the latter, there are a lot of songs referencing the children's book What Time Is It, Mr. Wolf, which is commonly read in Korean elementary schools to teach students English. In this book, a younger wolf consistently asks an older wolf, "What time is it?" This happens over and over again until it's finally dinner time. If you take this in tangent with the children's game of the same name, where a kid dubbed Mr. Wolf stands away from the rest of the group of kids playing, the group of kids then asks, "What time is it, Mr. Wolf?" The wolf player responds with a number, indicating how many steps the kids must take until the wolf decides to say, "Dinner time," then all the kids must run away. If they get caught by Mr. Wolf, they are then the new Mr. Wolf, and the game restarts. Knowing this, you can see why the Mr. Wolf references would be a critique of the wolf figure. Painting wolves to be cunning and plotting your downfall. Speaking of calculating, I wanted to mention the 2015 B2B song All Wolves Except For Me, aka Naivety. I haven't listened to the song until researching for this video, and goddamn, it is so catchy! It's cringe as hell, but it's so good. It's a song all about how all men are playboys hitting on your dream girl, i.e. all men are wolves. Except for me, thus you should choose me, pick me, love me. They go on to say, "Damn girl, how can you be so stupid?" and you can't see them for what they are. It's very incel coded, very much like men and women can't be friends. To be fair, this is 2015, the year when Penel was still a twink.
He needs some milk.
So obviously the world had no conscience back then. It's a pure jealousy song that's catchy as hell, and I haven't been able to stop singing it since I heard it. Here is my comprehensive list of songs with wolf themes and lyrics. Let me know if I missed anything. I'm sure I have. Black is for Sigma Wolf songs, and red is for the Don't Trust Wolves wolf songs. We understand how the second version of the wolf symbolism became popular, but how did the first? I suppose any large carnivore animal could be used as a way to show off how powerful and badass the group is, but why wolves specifically? Wolves are not the only animal used as a metaphor in Korean songs. Tigers, snakes, dogs, cats and dogs,
Let's take forever. I just wanna be alone.
bears, etc. are also commonly used. What makes the wolf motif distinct from other animals? Unlike the animals I've just now mentioned, wolves don't have a gripping presence in Korean folklore. Despite wolves being an indigenous species to the peninsula, it very rarely made an appearance in folklore. The most I could find was stories that included a wolf being a shaman, more or less a side character to the actual plot. The other stories I found where they played a bigger role was sadly about the wolf's distant relative, dogs. This next part may be a bit of stretch, so I'm only going to briefly mention it. The dog species called Bulge, native to Daegu, Gyeongbu province, nearly extinct now, with its reddish-brown coat. Bulge was in connection to an eclipse belief. The lack of early wolf imagery just made me even more curious as to why wolves are so popular. Was it perhaps a Western idea that came over, like the book, What Time Is It, Mr. Wolf? As at least then I could track some sort of like indigenous mythos to the fondness of the wolf. But then it got me thinking, maybe the lack of the mythos actually adds to its history, resulting in quite the opposite effect that I initially thought. The Korean gray wolf, native to the peninsula, was once a vast species. It had been devastated and very much purposely hunted to the brink of extinction by Japan during their occupation of Korea. Okay, quick Korean history for those who may or may not know. In 1910, Japan colonized Korea and remained until their defeat in World War II in 1945. During their colonization, Japan was not very chill and tried very hard and not very nicely to force Koreans to assimilate into Japanese culture and society, alongside other very devastating shit. After World War II, Korea gained its independence, but the US and their grubby little hands just had to interfere, and also Russia did too. Then they ended up interfering with Korea's, in my opinion at least, very legitimate democratic vote for their first ever president, which then resulted in the Korean War in 1915, with US backing up the American educated politician and Russia backing up the Russian educated one. After 3 years of more fighting, hardship, and death in the peninsula, things eventually settled down with North Korea and South Korea becoming independent of each other. Then flash forward a few dictators later and we are where we are now. During Japan's colonization period, they invited Japanese military personnel to hunt the native wolf species, putting them on the endangered species list in record time, with them being completely eradicated in the wild. When Korea gained its independence, a goal of the heads of state was to increase nationalism, take pride in how far they've come, and work towards a better future. I think it's important to think of how the whole fuck you attitude is similar to like my Korea community. Like, you ban dancing, okay, well fuck you, we're gonna dance anyways, we're just gonna do it more sneaky this time. It's that type of mindset. In 1998, the Korean gray wolf was designated as an endangered species, and South Korea was able to embrace and save their gray wolf population through this national protection. They even celebrate them. Taking a look at the stamp collection, we can see that. In this stamp collection, the wolves are portrayed in a loving, caring, community-minded way. Wolves symbolize South Korean nationalism. Their vitalization project didn't merely prioritize saving an animal species, but also encourage the Korean public to hang in there because we, like our wolves, are strong, fearsome, have each other's back, and cannot be knocked down. Unlike bears and tigers, which came from how I'll describe as like the nobility of the animal kingdom in mythos, wolves are barely mentioned. They were always in the background, meaningless, mundane, annoying when they ate your chickens, and scary when rumors of them eating kids went around the village. But that was it. An ordinary animal that gave birth to an important race of dogs. A mundane, forgettable animal until it wasn't. Wolves are the underdogs. Never the center of attention, then just like your average Korean civilian during the time of occupation, their livelihoods and their communities were under threat. Over time, slowly garnering awareness and power, it's the resilience. It's that stick it to the man attitude, that badassness that makes Wolf a perfect medium to sing about. The group that started the Wolf songs is none other than the group that started, well, all of it. H.O.T., the first K-pop group. Naturally, everything goes back to them, and Wolves are no different. H.O.T. debuted in 1996 under SM with the album We Hate All Kinds of Violence. HOT had 5 members. Their second studio album, titled Wolf and Sheep, released in 1997, was the first ever first-gen album and song to mention a wolf. The title song, with the same name as the album, inspired by Independence Day, talks about an invasion of Earth by not only aliens, but all kinds of violence that occurs in societies. The lyrics have the wolf being a representation of violence that have pushed its way into the world of sheep, with sheep representing peace and goodness. Though the critical reception was mixed upon the album's release, it was a commercial success in South Korea, selling 1 million copies in 10 days. By the end of 1998, it had sold more than 1.5 million copies, winning several awards to boot, including Album of the Year at Daesung 1997. HOT's influence was no joke. The group that changed the wolf genre, arguably the most popular wolf song in the world, or at least according to me, is Wolf by EXO. EXO debuted under SM in 2012 with 12 members in total that were divided into 2 subgroups, EXO-K and EXO-M. The song Wolf was released on June 3, 2013 under their first album XOXO, with the song's music video coming out a week prior. Classic SM. The song's Korean title directly translates to the wolf and the beauty. The song is about a wolf falling in love with a girl, aka the beauty, and the wolf being misunderstood because of their wolf nature and them trying to suppress their animal instincts so that they can win over this beauty. I love it. Beauty and the Beast style. Verse 2 is translated to, "Oh, but my claws lose their strength, and my appetite is, dying out. Am I, by any chance, sick or something? Yeah, he's in trouble. Hey, hold yourself together. How come you fell for a human? She is just one bite away." Okay, this lyric shows us that the wolf is fighting the 2 wolves inside of him. One who wants to devour this woman in front of him, mocking him for even hesitating, and the other wants to kiss, fall in love.
Kiss, kiss, fall in love.
Verse 3 then describes what the wolf thinks the beauty must be feeling in this moment, with the lyrics, "Look at her, she's in fear, can't understand the situation in front of her. That filthy wolf will eat me eventually. That's not it, I'm actually in love." The wolf is confused by his own emotions, and to some degree projecting this onto her. To what degree that is, I guess we will never know. Lastly, let's look at the bridge. It goes, "The yellow moon teases me, telling me I cannot have you. I'm just a wild beast. If you're gonna say that, just walk away. You can change me if you want to. I can't ever let her go." The beta wolf is so insecure, but just wants her validation to give into his kiss, fall in love wolf. This is just my brief interpretation of the lyrics, of course. There are many other thoughts out there. The dance for the song has been described as having 3 elements: the trees and forests, the caves, and the wolf itself. The members contort their bodies in such a way that not only does it give you a sense of a dark, haunted forest full of mystery, but also a wolf deep in thought. There are moments where this wolf comes off as cringe, but it would be naive of me to understate the popularity of the song and its dance. Its influence in the industry is no joke, and propelled the idea of playing with the idea of a wolf in the dance and song as well. The song Wolf was met with a lot of laughter, to put it nicely. The song was memed to hell and back. When the demo of the song was released, it was a field day on Twitter and Reddit for the fandom. But as every XOL and K-pop fan would tell you, this song is catchy. Wolf brought EXO their first ever win in 2013 on Music Bank, and later got 3 more wins on Show Champions, Music Core, and Inkigayo for a total of 4 wins. The group that embodies what it means to be a wolf in song, dance, and memes like no other is hands down Straykids. Skiz for short debuted in March 2018 under JYP from an idol competition show. They first debuted with 9 members, but currently have 8. 3 of their members formed the group Sriracha, where they compose and produce the majority of their songs. including the song titled Wolfgang. Wolfgang was released commercially under their album No Easy in August of 2021, but was pre-released earlier that summer for the competition show called Kingdom Legendary War that Straykids was participating in. The song was performed for the first time on the final episode of Kingdom on June 3rd. The stage was decorated with a wolf concept, expressing the characteristics of a group of wolves. Moreover, the name Wolfgang is derived from the Germanic meaning of helping raise the volume of a baby's howl. Wolfgang translates to traveling wolf or way of the wolves. Famously, the first name of Mozart. The song itself is roughly about the never-ending hunt for perfection in music, with the symbolism of members being wolves on the hunt. Verse 1 goes, "Focus if you feel us, then be polite. Don't raise your head and drop your posture. A starving hunter, without mercy I bite your throat at once, chew it all up and eat it. I bury my guilt in the world of weak meat. The rising music as well as our howling will easily overwhelm the atmosphere." I take this to emphasize the reality of what it means to be a starving artist, both in the physical sense and in the metaphorical one. The chorus goes, "Hold your breath because you will get caught. I show my true nature and follow my instincts. Hide thoroughly, I can see your hair. I show my true nature and follow my instincts." This once again reinforces the nature of what it means to be an artist, to trust your vision and push through, even if what you make you might not ever be fully satisfied with. There will always be a chance to one-up yourself, or to make something new, or to dive into a new side of your artistic persona. This song, in comparison to the other two, would be the Sigma badass wolf one, to use their smartness and willpower as a symbol. The other two songs would definitely fall under a critique of the wolf, with them being subjugated to their animal nature in a negative sense. This song by Straykids is a positive reinforcement of the wolf and its resilience, with this song focusing on the resilience of making art and the toll that making art can take on someone. I mean, I suppose that's just a theory though. A song theory. This is a good time to mention I have no musical background. I came at this with purely a writing stance. Lyrics like the ones I've just read to you, you know what? They're fun. They're fun. I feel like that's a big part of these. Is like, yeah, no, that's also just a fun song. Yeah. Wolfgang not only helped Skiz win them the competition show, but it was also their first song to ever enter the global top 100 charts on Apple Music, the fourth Korean artist to enter. Wolfgang went on to chart on many other music charts as well, including Kpop 100, Go On Digital Charts, and more. Skiz's time on Kingdom did not only produce a cool song and amazing stages, but also the start of a long and effervescent, crunchy, skibbity Sigma Wolf meme, the birth of Wolfchan.
What the Sigma?
Before we get to the memes, we gotta go back to earlier that year, when on December 3rd, 2020, a teaser video with animated Skizu's character was revealed. Skizu's being the animal character versions for each Skiz member, with Bangchan's being a wolf named very fittingly Wolfchan. With this, the fandom started to fixate on him and wolves. Then flash forward to them on Kingdom. We see this moment where Bangchan is watching his other members perform a stage with a lot of intense and dangerous stunts in them. He calls out his fellow member's name and strikes an animalistic pose out of stress. This moment being historical to Stays.
Yeah, I didn't know they would actually put it out on the show, but I was really focused with the performance, and I felt like I was performing as well, so I was like, oh, but yeah, I don't know why that came out. Just shows that, you know, how captivating the performance was. Also, if I talk about, you know, if people are wondering why I called Felix's name Felix. It's kind of like a habit that I have when someone, like when one of our members, they do something like you know, if it's something like a stunt or something that might that's kind of like a stunt. I'd be like, oh, Felix, or it could be Changbin or Lino, and then everyone would be like, oh, we're gonna focus just to give them a little more spotlight, and then that's what I kind of do by saying the names. But yeah, I did not know that those would actually come out, but they did. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. 네, 뭐 재밌었다면 뭐.
The memeing and clipping of this moment was intense.
뭐 재밌었다면 뭐.
After this clip went viral, Wolfchan edits started to emerge. The Google search for Wolfchan started to rise after Kingdom during August of 2021. Then in 2022, we see another large explosion in searches. I would assume this is where we got the really cracked out memes of him.
Make me a maniac, but you don't know.
I say this is when I would assume, because the way short form videos are archived, I struggled so much in finding the first full Bangchan transforms into a wolf video. So this is what I was able to find. Do with it what you will. What I did find though was the first one of a well-known creator of these memes, with their first video coming out back when the Smurf cat meme was so popular, posting the TikTok The Story of Wolfchan reel to their account in September of 2023. Wolfchan transformation videos hitting ridiculous numbers on all platforms, it was inevitable to see him mentioned in other memes, and for other idols to slowly start wolfing out too. When you search for the hashtag Wolfchan on TikTok, now you will be greeted with over 52k posts, and on AOL3, for the tag werewolf Bangchan, you will have 196 nice stories. To say this meme has changed K-pop would be so modest. There are wolf memes for almost any group or singer now. For that, I say, thank you, Wolfchan, for making the world a more cringe place.
Bang, she shot me one time. Bang, she shot me two times. Bang, 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 she shot me again, but she's gonna be mine. Who can say bang, she shot me one time.
뭐 재밌었다면 뭐.
The wolf, unlike other animals in Korean folklore, is a rather scary and looked down upon animal, being one known to act fiercely and strike its opponent without hesitation, even snatching away women and children in the dead of night. Sneaky like a fox, but yet missing that special something that would have made it into a legendary icon in mythos, like say a Gumi. Then in comes the history of Japan's occupation of Korea and how they caused the native wolf species to almost go extinct, and slowly revitalization products of the wolf species start to emerge with a strong national identity in South Korea, the wolf becoming a symbol to represent Korean nationalism. In a sense, this animal, with instincts often misunderstood, goes through hardships forced upon it by the same colonizers as the nation itself, still exists and is slowly emerging today. The wolf cannot be ignored, nor looked down upon any longer. They are dangerous, yet you want them to win. It's dark and brooding, yet fierce and ferocious. It does have animal instincts, but did not come from this noble history like tigers and bears do. I would like to argue that wolves, to a degree, are iconography for strength, community, and the abilities to surmount any bullshit that you find yourself in. The wolf is deeply embedded in people's subconscious. Because of this, it manifests itself within pop culture, representing the many different depths of the wolf. This is only getting more popular with each day, with titles like Howling by XG and She is a Wolf by Wavy being released in the past year. There is no stopping the greatness of the wolf. This has been Weird Idol History. Hey, if you like this video, think about subscribing. I'll be releasing more Weird Idol history soon if you're looking for this type of vibe. Also, check out my other videos. I think you will enjoy them. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Goodbye!